What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Moneyline Picks with Kyle. Some spread picks if the lines are a little bit too juicy for us, but you get the drift. 17 and 15 overall, not very good. That's for the whole entire season. Last week was a complete bombshell. My pick of the week, the Detroit Lions. I view it as this: right play, wrong result. Aaron Rodgers came to life. I thought he was done, especially when his read in that first game seemed off. But what are you going to do? At the end of the day, that's why they're NFL players, and I'm not. I just use my reading abilities to see what goes down, and I was wrong on that one. So it is what it is. Still profitable. Well, we're not really profitable right now. 17 and 15 pick 'em, but in betting world, not very profitable. But we will get that back. It all starts tomorrow. Carolina Panthers versus the Houston Texans. And right off the bat, people are going to be jumping all over the Carolina Panthers minus 375 on the road against the Houston Texans. I don't get it. I'm not jumping on that game in particular. I'm jumping on the spread. Take the Houston Texans plus 8.5. Reason why I'm taking the Houston Texans plus 8.5 with a minus 113 juice is because the Houston Texans won their first game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, they're not a good football team, but Tyrod Taylor's been balling out silently this year. And Carolina, to me, they still have Sam Darnold and Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's a beast. We still don't really know what Sam Darnold is. That's too many points. Take the plus 8.5 with the Houston Texans at home. I'm gonna roll with it. A lot of people thought that the Houston Texans were gonna be one of the worst teams in the league this year. They still could be right, but for right now, I gotta roll with it. They're the hot hand when it comes to the underdog gambling. So taking a plus 8.5 there. Washington football team at the Buffalo Bills. We're going to take the Bills minus 335. They found their funk. They found their groove. The Buffalo Bills are here to stay. They beat the Miami Dolphins 35-0 last week. Pretty impressive, especially when the Miami Dolphins are a divisional opponent. I know Tua left the game, but that was impressive. Obviously the first week didn't go their way against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the Buffalo Bills are here to stay. Minus 335 on that game. Cardinals versus Jaguars. Jaguars are a 7-point home underdog. 7-point underdog at home. They're a plus 295. This line makes no sense to me. The Arizona Cardinals last week got lucky that the Vikings, one of my picks, the Vikings missed a field goal to win the game. Jaguars have no business being lower than a 10-point underdog in this game. So the Arizona Cardinals, you're taking with a minus 360. I know my rule is minus 450 or higher. You just don't bet, but minus 360 is on the cusp. To me, that's just too easy. That's way too easy. Like, you have to. Minus 360 Arizona Cardinals. The Jaguars suck. Patriots versus the New Orleans. The Patriots versus the Saints. This is my first underdog pick of the week. The Saints had an atrocious game last week. I mean, one of the worst games you could ask for if you're a Saints fan. Their arena is burning to shit. They may not play a game in that Superdome this year. And guess what? They're fired up. They're hungry, especially after a complete bar burner of a game last week. The Carolina Panthers torched the shit out of them. The Patriots still, in my opinion, still aren't all that good of a team. I'm sorry. They're going home. They just kicked the absolute living dog shit out of the New York Jets. Horrible team. And I'm taking the Saints plus 130 for the straight-up win. I think the Saints are the better team, and Jameis Winston is going to kick the living crab legs out of them. All right, Baltimore Ravens versus the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I like the Ravens. I mean, they're a minus 400. I like the Ravens on the spread. I really do. I know my rule is minus 450, but it's not 450. I'm definitely taking the minus 400 with the Ravens no matter what. But the spread, I don't see how the Lions keep this within 8 points. The Lions kind of just gave up last week, and it was just weird to see. They were in that game for a majority of the game, but look at what the Ravens did to the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. I don't see how the Ravens even come close to losing this game. I'm taking the Ravens minus 400, and I like the spread too, minus 8. Bears versus the Cleveland Browns. This is an interesting one. I don't think the Cleveland Browns are that good. This is my second upset pick of the week. Chicago Bears, do I think they're that good of a team? No. But with Justin Fields, I feel like they can contend with anybody. And it's a matter of time before he's the full-time starter. And I think it starts this week. Andy Dalton knows his time's almost up. And it's going to take a couple of series for Andy Dalton to look absolutely terrible. So I'm actually going to go with an upset pick. I think the Browns play miserable, especially at home. I think they play miserable. And the Chicago Bears actually have a decent defense, believe it or not. So I'm going to take the Chicago Bears plus 255 against the Cleveland Browns. I like that pick. Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers had a brutal game last week against the Vegas Raiders, who I still can't make clear of. This is a tough game for me. It really is, because it's so even on both sides of the ball. But you know what? Man, it's such a trap line. But you know what? I'm a trap kind of guy. I'm going to go... Damn. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Young Pups. I'm going to go the Bengals. I'm going to go plus 145. Because the Bengals are an up-and-coming team. It's a rivalry game. We all know how bloody that rivalry was in the 2010s. And I just feel like it's one of those games where both teams are going to want to prove each other wrong and right. And I just feel that, since Ben Roethlisberger is ancient, he's old, it's the time for the young pups to show out. And I know the Steelers are at home, but I like the Bengals in this game. I just really do. So plus 145 right there. Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Another upset. This is upset galore. The LA Chargers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. The Kansas City Chiefs just gave up, what was it, a 13-point lead on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens made it look easy, really easy. There's problems brewing there in Kansas City. I know Patrick Mahomes is great, but you have another guy on the other side of the ball named Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is going to be an absolute monster in this league. And you know what? The Chargers always come to play the Kansas City Chiefs. They really do. Give me the Chargers in this game plus 245. This is underdogs galore. I like it. And if you want insurance on this game, if you don't want to take the money line on this game, take the Chargers plus 6.5. It's going to be a very close game. I like the Chargers to win. I genuinely do. Falcons versus the New York Giants. Both teams are terrible. You're not going to see me risking money with the New York Giants. You're just not going to do it. Take the Falcons plus 132. Believe it or not, this game could end in a tie. That's how bad these teams are. I think the Falcons score a little bit more, honestly. So I'm going to put the value with them. I'm going to take them plus 132 on the road. I think the Giants are abysmal. I think Joe Judge gets fired soon. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I think he's an awful coach. Dave Gettleman's losing his hat at practice in the wind. I don't see how, the Atlanta Falcons aren't a good team, but at least they try to be in games. The New York Giants are out there creating penalties for where teams can miss kicks and then kick it over again and then win the game. They're a poorly coached team. They have no talent. Saquon Barkley's not doing shit. And Atlanta Falcons are making Cordell Patterson look good, which I just picked up on fantasy, by the way, because I think he's actually beasting it. So give me the Falcons. This is underdogs galore this week. Falcons plus 132. Colts versus Titans. Colts got to win a game eventually, right? Wrong. Take the Tennessee Titans. You know what? This is where the trap in me comes out. I picked so many underdogs in a row. This is where the trap in me comes out, because last week, I don't know if you remember this, but last week I said to stay away from that Seattle Seahawks game. I picked the Seattle Seahawks, but I felt it. I felt it in my bones. I was like, why the fuck would... Take the Colts. Take the Colts. It's very tough to go 0-3 in the NFL, especially when you have a decent team, a divisional game. The Colts have actually been in games with the Titans the last couple of years. I don't know the record. I think they're 2-2, 3-1 against them. Just because Carson Wentz lost two straight games, it's weird, man. I keep picking these underdogs, but this seems like a trappy type of game for me. It really does. And take their insurance if you don't want to take the straight up plus 5.5 for the Colts. I'm taking another dog straight up. I like the Colts in this game. I feel like The Tennessee Titans are riding the momentum. Well, not riding the momentum. They're emotional from that last game in Seattle, and they feel like they're on top of the world, and they can't be beaten. We see these games in the NFL every single year. Um, I I I like the Colts in this game. Dolphins versus Raiders. Dolphins maybe without Tua, so yeah, Raiders. Raiders are gonna go 3-0 for the first time in how many years? Minus 200 on the money line, pretty easy. Jets versus the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, I actually like with the spread minus 11. We are staying away from the money line; it's too high. I like the Denver Broncos minus 11 in Mile High. The Jets, they're just not a good team. It's pretty simple. I actually like that spread a lot. Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are the 1.5 point underdog at home. This is where I like the Seattle Seahawks minus 121 on the road as a favorite. The Minnesota Vikings, they're just mushed. They're mushed. I know it's tough to go 0-3 in the NFL, but the Seattle Seahawks just lost a brutal game last week. They're going to be angry. They're going to be mad. They're already 1-0 on the road. I don't only like the Seattle Seahawks in this game. I love the Seattle Seahawks in this game. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, LA Rams. Sorry guys, I'm a little exhausted. I worked all day today. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, LA Rams. This is an interesting one because I like both teams. I think both teams are fundamentally sound. Tampa Bay won Super Bowl last year, obviously, but the Rams with Matt Stafford look like they're a premier team. So LA Rams are at home. But until anyone proves them otherwise, I'm going to take the world champions. Minus 118 on the money line, I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just feel like right now that's a team that's still riding the momentum wave on from the Super Bowl. They're 2-0 to start the year. We will see what the Rams are made of, but I'm taking the Bucs. Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Tough game. That's a tough one. Give me the Niners. Minus 175. No real reason. I'll give you a reason. Niners defense is ridiculous. They're great. Like, they really are. Just take the Niners. Minus 175. And for my upset pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen, not a biased pick. While all of the Eagles content creators are fighting over each other, who's right, who's wrong about the quarterback, who's right about the quarterback, who's getting beat down, who's not getting beat down, who's the best content creators out there, who are the people that have the opinions that no one else has. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. The Eagles are going to win this goddamn game, so you guys could shut the fuck up already. Plus 165, plus 4, bet your house, bet your mother, it doesn't matter. Shut up already. Content creators, shut the fuck up. We're going to win this game. All of you guys have different opinions, which most of them suck. We all have an opinion. Just shut the fuck up. Plus 165, plus 4, bet anything you possibly can. The Eagles are going to go into there. I'm going to the game. The Eagles are going to go into there and fuck their fucking... They're just going to fuck them up. They are. The Cowboys defense is not the San Francisco defense last week. If the San Francisco defense was the Cowboys defense last week, we'd be 2-0 right now. I'm that confident saying that. The Eagles are going to fuck them up. With that said, I'm tired. I had to do this. I'm out of here. And Eagles content creators, shut the fuck up. There's nothing to fight about. Just shut up. Shut up. We're going to win this game. Shut the fuck up. Bye.